Hey everyone, Jared here. I'm going to do a video update on our development progress for Bitfineon. And today's date is March 4th, 2020. I'm going to get right into the video, not waste any time. I know that we've had a little bit of a delay since the last release, and some of that was because we had about 4 days where we were focused on this page's user experience logic, right? So we wanted to make sure that as we were building out the wallet, and mostly we were focused on deposit, withdraw, and fiat options, how that user flow was going to perform for an account holder. So we were focused on that for about 4 days, and no development was really going on. And so we're back in full swing. Front end development. Let me clarify that. So we're back in full swing over the last few days, and yeah, I don't anticipate us having any more hangups. We were doing a little bit of design revision too, with what I'm going to show you for the share pool. But here's what we have for the wallet page right now. You can see that we've started adding coins in this demo account, and I'll go through a little bit of what we've done here. If you click on deposit, deposit will be for all cryptocurrency deposits. All right. And it will present the user with this pop-up. You'll have a few options. This is not the design that will be, this is just a placeholder design. Okay. So we'll be implementing the actual design over the next couple of days, and in next week's update, um, that will be completed, and I'll be able to walk you through the complete wallet uh, user flow for deposit, withdraw, and fiat. All right. So just kind of ignore this right now. You can see that what we're working on is creating a modal or pop-up style funnel for the user experience. It allows people to stay focused on one action, not click off on a bunch of different tabs, and get in, get out, and really make this a simplistic user flow for them. That's our whole goal with Bitfineon, is to um, make a beautiful user interface and then make it very simple, or as simple as we can get, right, with the technology that we have uh, at our disposal. So here you'll have all the cryptocurrencies that you can or that'll be available on Bitfineon to choose from, right? And then if you want to make a withdrawal, you'll have to submit a 2FA code. And again, this is a temporary design, it's a placeholder. The actual design will walk you through all of that and show it in a really beautifully laid out manner. With fiat, we don't have anything right here, but again, you can see that it will be a pop-up user experience as well. Fiat options will include credit card and bank transactions. So, and third-party payment processors will be integrated as well into this fiat option. So you'll have a few different ones. And for instance, if you wanted to use Banksa or Simplex, we're integrating their payment funnels directly into our pop-up process, or our modal process, or funneling process, that I think um, is it's not unique to Bitfineon. There is a, well, I'll just say their name, whatever. Coinbase uses a very similar approach to this deposit and withdraw process, and we find that it's really simple, and I think people are going to find a lot of success with it. So this will all be populated with fiat options, most likely by the next update. And then you can see that we've added in some, and again, before I go into all this stuff with this info pop-ups or these modals, again, these designs are not final. So if it looks a little bare, it's because again, we were working through that logic, wanting to make sure that we're presenting all the correct data. Then all of that had to be built out, and now the front end is being accommodated to those changes. All right. So if you click on the balance in your wallet, you'll see this pop up here. It'll show you your total balance of whatever coin or currency, if you have fiat, available for withdrawal, and your balance that you may have in orders. So let's give an example here. Total balance of 1,000 XRP in your wallet, but you have 300 in a limit sell order, right? And that order hasn't been executed yet, so you'll see 700 available for withdrawal in the middle row there, available for withdrawal. Pretty straightforward, self-explanatory stuff. And then if you click on the currency itself within the wallet, it'll take you to an area for transaction history, currency data, and a few other metrics and analytics that we'll add in. But this is where you'll see your transaction history for that currency or coin or token, the entire history of it in that account that you created. You'll have one of these pages for each currency. All right. And I think that was pretty much everything. Yeah, we're still building this stuff out. A lot of this is just like default, and we'll be iterating out updates and changes over the next couple of weeks, right? And so the videos you can see are progressing, and we don't anticipate having to go back and do any major logic rebuilds. So moving forward, there shouldn't be any more delays. I'm going to go to the trade page and kind of go over some things that we're working on right now. The major changes here are the crypto mood widget has been moved from the right to the left, and we're experimenting with some user experience, some user interface variations here. I'm not entirely sold on how we're presenting the order form right now and whether or not this crypto mood approach is the best. So if you guys have any ideas for the order form section, I'd love to hear them, and you can drop those in the Discord and Telegram group chats, or you can send me a DM on Twitter. But yeah, this is where we are. Things are coming together pretty well, although I think this will go through one last revision to get to an order form and live feed that I really like. It looks a lot, let's say, better when all of the data is being pushed from the back end. It's personally for myself, I find this maybe a little distracting with the live feed moving up and down as much. Let me know what you guys think. I'd like to know, get some feedback from the community and see if this is something that maybe I'm, personally just overthinking, and maybe you guys really like it. But yeah, I mean, the exchange page is coming together really well. You can see that we're nearly there. I mean, this is maybe like 85% complete. We're adding in some hotkeys. If you remember the design, the mock-up designs, you remember that there were some hotkeys here, and then like the switch chart is just a placeholder for right now. This is the depth chart icon, needs to be revised by the names escaping design team, and then that will be migrated. So some of this stuff is temporary. Don't get hung up on it too much. Again, we're still in the development process, but this will be where you switch to market depth, and you can see the market depth here. We're going to be adding in a button that allows you to expand this trading view window to the full window. So, if you want to view a currency on a longer timeline, all on one screen, you'll be able to do that kind of stuff without having to leave the exchange page. So, yeah, I mean, it's pretty straightforward stuff. What I want to go over is the share pool, and let me change to another screen. All right, you guys should be able to see that. We've done a design revision for the share pool, and this accommodates the changes in the share pool program that we mentioned in the Alco Discord server maybe a week ago. And I kind of want to take a moment and go over why those updates were applied, right? We've seen a lot of success with some other larger companies, like Crypto.com is one of the ones, right, that is the most famous right now, or is getting the most traction in the market. But tiered programs are always very popular, right? The people that take on the most risk are going to get the most reward, and the people that don't, they get a lesser reward. And so we've noticed that it's become a very highly successful program for the ecosystem of other coins. And so we wanted to make the share pool a hybrid of some of the other, really successful programs that we're seeing in the space and build off of what we originally had with Alco, right, in the share pool. And so you see that here with a longer lock period, you get a higher ROI. And the reason we're doing that is the same as the reason any other project does that. The people that believe in the ecosystem and want to invest in the ecosystem and lock their coins in the share pool, therefore reducing the supply, which drives a value, should drive a value to the Alco price itself. We want to reward those people for taking on that longer lockup risk, right? Because there is a risk with you locking those coins, right? So if you lock it for 6 months, you're going to get the full 50% reward from the share pool. None of the rewards from that period will be used in the burn. And we are also toying with adding in a reduced trading fee incentive for people who lock on the 6-month term. We've not finalized it yet, but I think we're going to go down that route to kind of further incentivize the people that are going to really bring a lot of the most value to the ecosystem, that aren't looking to turn as quick of a profit as someone who may only feel comfortable with 14 days. And it's totally fine if you only want to lock for 14 days, but the risk to reward should be skewed to the people who are taking on more risk, right? And I think maybe that was lost a little bit on the other video, that we were changing things to make it less incentivized to people, and that's not the case. What we're trying to do is build the ecosystem, right? We're trying to make the share pool where it provides the most reward to the ecosystem as a whole. And the longer that these coins are locked up, right? And we think a lot of people are going to lock for a longer period of time, but the longer that we have people locking more coins, the less supply we have for people to buy on the exchange, which in theory, right, if we're driving value and building value for Bitfineon and Alco and in the ecosystem, should drive the price up. And you can see here in the example that the Alco price is around $34, right? And that would be just an amazing goal to reach, and maybe we can get there. So moving on, I'm going to go through some of the logic for adding coins to the share pool real quick. So you can see here on this page under add a new stake, you'll have your stake duration, 14 days, 1 month, 3 months, 6 months. You'll enter in your Alco. You'll click submit. You'll agree to the terms of service, or actually you'll have to agree to the terms of service, then you'll click submit, and you'll be presented with this pop-up and this page, which gives you a disclaimer, right? After you've agreed to the terms of service, we want to make sure that you're fully aware for the term that you're about to lock, because once you lock the coins, you're unable to cancel the lock period. They're locked for good. We talked about a prepayment penalty, toyed around with it a little bit, but we think that just having the periods being set in stone is going to drive the most value to the ecosystem. So you'll have to agree, or this disclaimer again, or this is, excuse me, this disclaimer will pop up and again reiterate the terms that you agreed to. Make sure that you're fully aware of the amount, the term, and that the coins are locked. You click submit, and then your coins will go back here into current stakes, that right-hand corner, bottom right-hand corner, where you'll see all your stakes, because you'll be able to lock different coins for different amounts of coins, different balances for different periods of time, right? So this user has locked 3,000 coins for a month. He's got 5 days remaining on that commitment. 6-month term he locked. He's got 65 days left. He locked 2,500. He's going to receive a total payout of 222 Alco, and then so on and so forth. So all of your stakes will show and populate and show in this field here, and then right above it in that projected ROI field, you'll see the percentages paid, the burn amount for that period, and then the total payout amount that you can expect for that period of, or for that term length. Yeah, so that's pretty much it with the share pool. I'm going to move on now to the Kanban and go over where we are in the development process. And you can see here that we've completed quite a lot of items. Currently don't have anything under review. What was in review previously was the wallet logic. And you can see that that's been moved back to the in progress tab and should be completed over the next several days. So yeah, not started is a full screen button for the trading view expansion of the chart window, which I talked about a little earlier in the video. The side menu for the account, we're still building out the KYC interface and stuff like that. And I've had some questions about KYC and what we're fairly certain we're going to move forward with, and we're just clearing everything with legal one last time, is a 2 Bitcoin daily withdrawal limit on crypto. So you'll be able to deposit, trade at whatever amount you want, but you'll only be able to withdraw up to 2 Bitcoin per day in crypto until you're required to verify your account through KYC or AML, right? All fiat will require KYC, whether it's through us or through a third party. So I hope that answers those questions. If you've made it to this point in the video, expanded order book is a functionality we're going to add into the exchange page where you can expand the order book view so that if you want to view a greater degree of bids, you can toggle to expand that so you can see those. Or if you want to do it for the asks, you'll have that option as well. Homepage we've not started on yet, and then additional theming is the cyber black, the soft white, and then obviously most of you know midnight blue from these developer updates. But I think that pretty much covers it. This video got on a little bit longer than I wanted. I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up here. If you guys have any questions, go ahead and drop a message to me or to David or another team member in the Bitfineon Discord or Alco Discord, and yeah, we'll get to it and talk to you guys soon.